What if Nigeria, Africa's largest economy and one of the world's most resource-rich nations, decided to cut off its mineral exports to the United States? Lithium, oil, natural gas, rare earth metals, resources that power everything from smartphones and electric cars to satellites and fighter jets. Could this spark an economic standoff, a diplomatic crisis, or even reshape the balance of power between Africa and the West? Tonight, we dive deep into the story of Nigeria and the United States and examine what might happen if Africa's giant strikes back. For decades, Nigeria and the United States have shared a complicated relationship. On one hand, the U.S. has been a key trading partner, importing Nigerian oil and supporting democratic institutions. On the other, there has always been tension over governance, human rights, corruption, and security. That relationship took a dramatic turn when Washington announced new travel restrictions targeting Nigeria. The travel ban was not just symbolic, it sent a message that the United States, despite its reliance on Nigerian resources and cooperation, was willing to tighten the rules of engagement. Nigeria, however, was not prepared to accept this quietly. Within days, officials in Abuja spoke of retaliation, and their warning was not about diplomacy, but about minerals. To understand the significance of that threat, one must first look at the deep ties between Nigeria and the United States. The United States imports large quantities of crude oil from Nigeria, one of Africa's top producers. Beyond oil, Nigeria is emerging as a supplier of critical minerals, from lithium, vital for electric vehicle batteries, to cobalt and tantalite used in electronics. In recent years, Nigeria has sought to diversify its economy away from oil dependency. This means its mining sector has become increasingly important. For Washington, this is equally critical. As the U.S. pushes toward renewable energy, battery technology, and electric mobility, access to these minerals is more than an economic question, it is a strategic necessity. That is why Nigeria's warning carried so much weight. If the United States imposes restrictions on Nigerian citizens, Nigeria could retaliate by striking at the heart of America's supply chain. This potential clash between Africa's giant and the world's leading superpower highlights not only bilateral tensions, but also a broader truth. In the 21st century, resource control can be as powerful as weapons or diplomacy. The travel ban may have been the spark, but the fuel for this story lies deep underground, in the mineral wealth that Nigeria controls. Nigeria is often described as the giant of Africa. While this title usually refers to its population of over 220 million people and its cultural and political influence, it also reflects the country's immense natural resource wealth. Oil and gas dominate the headlines. Nigeria is Africa's top oil producer, with reserves estimated at over 37 billion barrels, and it holds vast natural gas deposits, the ninth largest in the world. For decades, petroleum has been the backbone of the Nigerian economy, and American companies have been key buyers and investors. But beyond hydrocarbons, Nigeria is home to a treasure chest of minerals critical for the modern economy. In the central and northern regions, significant deposits of lithium have been discovered. Lithium is the essential ingredient for rechargeable batteries used in electric vehicles, laptops, and smartphones. As the world accelerates toward renewable energy and electric mobility, demand for lithium is projected to skyrocket. Alongside lithium lies coltan, short for cobalt and tantalite. Coltan is crucial in the production of capacitors, a component found in nearly every electronic device. Without it, the digital world would grind to a halt. Nigeria also holds reserves of gold, bauxite, iron ore, zinc, limestone, and coal. These are staples of industrial production worldwide. This combination of energy resources and critical minerals gives Nigeria extraordinary leverage. Unlike many countries that specialize in one or two commodities, Nigeria sits on a broad portfolio of resources, touching industries as diverse as automobiles, consumer electronics, construction, and defense. For the United States, this is no small matter. The push for renewable energy, electric cars, and advanced defense technology has made the security of mineral supplies a national priority. And while Washington has often looked to Australia, Chile, or Canada for such resources, the growing importance of Africa, and Nigeria in particular, cannot be ignored.
the fallout from America's travel ban continues to make headlines around the globe. And in this episode, we are focusing on how African countries like Nigeria plan to retaliate against American policies that they feel are not only unfair, but also detrimental to their economy. Nigeria is threatening to unleash a powerful retaliation against the United States for imposing visa restrictions on some of its citizens. But what exactly does Nigeria have up its sleeve? In this video, we delve into the details of Nigeria's response and the potential ramifications for both nations. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've covered stories from Africa, but I think it's time we got back into it because there is a lot going on across the continent, and today we are focusing on Nigeria. I will be honest with you, I never thought that the US restricting travel visas would cause such an uproar. I mean, the US has always had this power, and many people believe that the US restricting visas for Nigerians is well-deserved due to all the shady things going on in the country, particularly with the high number of fraudulent activities. Well, it is true that these activities can be frustrating and have negative effects on those genuinely seeking to enter the US. But there is also a growing concern that the policy could exacerbate existing tensions between the two nations and disrupt crucial aspects of their relationship. Now, while many people have called for calm, urging Nigerians to remain level-headed, there's a faction of the Nigerian population that feels the need to retaliate, believing that it is high time for the African continent to take a stand and show the world that they are capable of handling their own affairs. And Nigeria is leading the charge. In this video, we dive deep into the response from Nigeria and why the nation is considering a significant reprisal move against the United States. The latest travel ban issued by the United States has left many people confused about who exactly is affected by this policy. Many have asked if students and people with genuine intentions are now restricted from traveling to the U.S. Recently, videos surfaced online showing hundreds of people stranded at the airport after being denied entry to the U.S. Despite having valid visas, one of the most affected groups is from Nigeria, where approximately 2,700 people were turned back due to the policy change. This has naturally caused outrage and confusion, prompting questions about the real target of these measures. Nigeria is a key strategic partner for the U.S. in sub-Saharan Africa, and the reaction from the African nation highlights the profound impact these policies have on both countries. Tensions are escalating as Nigeria prepares a significant retaliation against the United States following the recent travel restrictions imposed on some of its citizens. But what is Nigeria planning to do, and what does it mean for both countries? Now, before we go any further, here's a quick disclaimer. It is important to note that this video is not intended to support or condone any actions taken by any government that violate international norms or the rights of their citizens. Our aim is to keep you informed about global events and their potential impact on Africa and Africans. We encourage you to form your own opinion based on the information provided and to engage in respectful discussions. If you find value in our content, please consider supporting us. Your support helps us continue delivering informative and balanced perspectives on global issues affecting Africa. Now let's get into the heart of the matter. What is Nigeria's response to the U.S. travel ban? And what are the potential implications for bilateral relations? Nigeria has decided to wield its economic power as retaliation against the United States. The proposed reprisal involves restricting access to Nigeria's vast mineral resources, including tantalum, tungsten, tin, and gold, which are essential components in the production of electronics. These minerals hold immense value globally and are frequently utilized in the manufacturing of smartphones and other electronic devices. Now, Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Zubairu Deda, during an interview with the BBC recently disclosed that the government was considering this measure in response to the visa restrictions imposed on Nigerians. The minister highlighted that this step is being contemplated to safeguard the dignity of the nation and protect the rights of its citizens. He emphasized that no country should impose unilateral actions that undermine the sovereignty of others. It is important to understand that Nigeria holds significant reserves of these minerals and plays a vital role in their global supply chain. By restricting access, Nigeria could potentially disrupt the supply of these minerals to international markets, including the United States, leading to shortages and higher prices. This action could have serious consequences for industries reliant on these minerals, particularly in the United States where many companies depend on them for their operations. The United States has long been a significant trading partner for Nigeria, offering a substantial market for Nigerian exports. However, the recent visa restrictions imposed on Nigerians have fueled a sense of betrayal and discontent in Nigeria. The restrictions have raised concerns about the fairness and reciprocity of the trading relationship between the two countries. Some Nigerians argue that the U.S. has not reciprocated the warm relationship that Nigeria has offered over the years, citing incidents like the shooting of an unarmed Nigerian man in New York as evidence of mistreatment. The death of the 32-year-old man, Khalid Johnson, who was shot by a police officer in New York, sparked widespread anger and protests in Nigeria. Many Nigerians took to social media to express their outrage and call for justice, highlighting instances of alleged police brutality and racial profiling. The incident fueled tensions between the two countries, raising questions about the safety and treatment of Nigerians in the United States. In response to the restrictions, some Nigerians are calling for a boycott of American goods and services as a form of protest. This sentiment is echoed by the National Association of Nigerian Traders, NENTS, which represents thousands of small businesses across the country. The association's president, Kana Kaha, urged Nigerian consumers to support local businesses and reduce their reliance on imported American products. He stressed the need for Nigerians to prioritize locally made goods and services to boost the domestic economy and reduce the trade deficit with the United States. While it remains unclear whether Nigeria will implement trade restrictions, the mere consideration of such measures highlights the growing discontent and calls for a more balanced and equitable relationship with the United States. The situation raises questions about how Nigeria intends to strike a balance between protecting its national interest and maintaining diplomatic ties with a significant international partner. As the United States continues to be a major destination for Nigerian exports, it remains to be seen how these restrictions will impact bilateral trade relations. However, it's important to note that Nigeria's decision is not solely driven by the travel ban. There have been long-standing grievances regarding the United States' approach to trade and investment in Nigeria. Some argue that the U.S. has not done enough to support Nigerian businesses and create a level playing field for trade between the two countries. Additionally, the perceived lack of reciprocity in visa issuance has contributed to the negative sentiment. As the United States remains a top destination for Nigerian exports, including oil, gas, and agricultural products, it is crucial for both countries to work towards a resolution that addresses these concerns and fosters a more collaborative relationship. Open communication and a willingness to compromise are essential to finding a solution that satisfies both parties and promotes sustainable economic growth. One way Nigeria can mitigate the effects of the U.S. travel ban is by diversifying its export markets. This can help reduce dependence on the United States and create new opportunities for Nigerian businesses. Embracing digital trade and leveraging technology to expand market reach can be a game changer for Nigerian exporters. By embracing e-commerce platforms and utilizing digital payment systems, Nigerian businesses can overcome geographical barriers and tap into new customer bases worldwide. Moreover, actively participating in international trade fairs and exhibitions can help Nigerian companies showcase their products on a global stage, attract international buyers, and forge strategic partnerships. By diversifying export markets and embracing technological advancements, Nigeria can mitigate the impact of the U.S. travel ban and foster sustainable economic growth. Investing in human capital development is crucial for Nigeria to adapt to changing circumstances and ensure its citizens are equipped with the necessary skills to thrive. Prioritizing education and training initiatives, particularly in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, can help Nigerians acquire the knowledge and expertise to pursue opportunities in other countries. Furthermore, promoting vocational training and technical education can equip individuals with practical skills that are in high demand globally. By investing in its workforce, Nigeria can empower its citizens to adapt to evolving global dynamics and contribute to their personal and professional growth. So what do you guys think? Is this the right move for Nigeria to take against the US? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And while you do that, I want to remind you to support us if you haven't already. It helps us create more of these informative videos that keep you in the know. Stay tuned for more updates. And until next time, keep shining.